You are looking live at your boy. I am up earlier than normal because I'm going to try to get to work and get out earlier than normal. You know what I'm saying? It is your boy, dark skinned and not offended, clean shaven, no misbehaving. Dark Vader's only son and Count Chocula's favorite nephew. He is I and I is him. It's your main man accounting time. And as you can see, I damn near look like I'm in an insert of an AMC documentary talking about drug trafficking or some crime shit I was involved in and I ain't want to be seen. And I can hold up a little voice recorder so my voice can't be detected. I look crazy out here early as fuck this morning. But that's all right. We gotta go. I know it's gonna be more traffic than normal because usually I should have left out of here at 7. But of course the missus was in the way. She left at 6:30. And then I was slowly getting together because I'm used to leaving out of here at 7:30 and trying to get to work at 8. But I'm out here now so I could try to get to work earlier so I could leave at the 3:30 for right at 4 hour. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if my boss asked me to stay a little bit longer, your boy will oblige. And I'm normal at 4:30. But I do want to see how this traffic will run and everything else. I got my TPMS sensor last night. I got this bad boy so I can reset my tire pressure sensors in my car and the 2014 Nissan Maxima Studios, because my tire light always is on, even though my tires are filled all the way around. And also, my wife's car, her tire pressure sensors are bad, or I don't even think they're hers. That's for her car. I think they put normal pressure sensors on her car, and I need to find that out. What's up, Ricardo? Thank you for checking in. I appreciate the like. Yes, send your boy likes. I love likes. I try to be consistent on this grind content, trying to get out. What's going on, Raphael? Or as we say in the hood, Rafi. Wow, I only seen one plane take off since I've been outside. And usually I see a plane going north and I see a plane flying going south. It's not a lot of planes I see taking off. I don't hear them as normal, and I live next to the airport. So therefore, you know it is cooked, because this is week 3 of being a TSA agent without getting a check. I'd have been left. Not even the last shutdown that they scoured on for a couple of months. Oh, I'd have been gone. I'd have been gone. I mean, a shout out to them, and I hope they do find other jobs. And I'm talking about the TSA agents. That's the they who I'm talking about. And I hope they do find other jobs and stuff. And of course, the air traffic controllers, all that's ran by, guess who? The United States government as well. They're not getting a check either, but no one talks about that. They more talk about TSA and security. All right, well, let me go past this person because they don't know how to get over, and I do. And so it's sad because I never want to see someone that's out here trying to provide for their families and have a better life for themselves and they can't get paid. Hell, I don't want you to work for the less money than you deserve. Like, I remember when I was laid off And I was looking for another day job and stuff. And I was like, all right, let me find these 2 part-time jobs I want to hook up and get in the mix so I could get my cheddar more better. You know what the fuck happened? I remember applying for Jets Pizza. And Jets Pizza still pays the old school Florida minimum wage of $10 an hour. I'm like, who still get paid that? The state minimum wage is 14 right now. It'll be 15 in September. How the fuck do you guys still get to pay people 10? You must got incentives and shit up the ass to be able to pay 10. And I think Jets Pizza is more of a day shift catering type thing. Because he said, the guy told me they get a lot of catering orders. Good morning, good morning. What's going on, my brother Vinny? You know your boy out here like last year, trying to get that cash and dash and make these bills happen, because I'm out here trapping. I'm in the rat race right now, of course. We all know this week is credit card week. We did the light bill. We did the cell phone bill. Those are done, and they got credits on them, so I overpaid on both. Now, we knock out the credit card debt, and then we'll update the spreadsheet, and then I can show you as the income goes up and the monthly expenses go down, then you'll start seeing on the side on the spreadsheet that I show you where I was going to put the savings, on where I was going to start saving for my Nissan Leaf battery, which the only time I use that car is to take the cardboard to the dumpster or take the trash out because I don't feel like walking or I don't feel like waiting until Sunday until the valet trash come and pick up, because they only pick up Sunday to Thursdays. But I do need to get that car washed. Now Thursday, my only off evening, that's my anniversary. So I don't think I'll be doing too much, but I do need to get that car washed for sure. I definitely got to get that car washed, because the pollen on that mug, it is not black. It is grack. Green and black. It is grack. I can't even explain the color, what it looks like, but that's still gonna be my claim to fame project, because, oh, high five. Thank you for the high fives. I appreciate the little high five stickers and all that. Y'all dope for that. Y'all send me the little blue and green monsters. I appreciate that. But that's still gonna be my project I'm gonna work on. I'm still gonna buy the battery. I'm still gonna get that car fixed. And I'm gonna run that bitch in the ground. Day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. Because if I pay 10 grand for a battery, that's gonna give me 400 miles of charge or more. Why would I drive my other cars? I might as well wash them, put a car cover over them, and start them once every 2 weeks, just to make sure the engines don't lock up. And use full synthetic oil, of course. But if I'm paying 10 grand for that battery, I'm showing that Leaf no mercy. I might as well get 2 sets of tires, 2 sets of rotors and brake pad sets, and get 2 lithium batteries for the dashboard, because it has 2 batteries. The battery that runs the car and the battery that runs the dashboard, which connects to the solar panel that's on the spoiler in the back. Yes, there is a solar panel on the back of the Nissan Leaf on top of the spoiler. Some people don't believe that. Go watch my Nissan Leaf video that I bought for $1,800. It's there. And then I'm gonna get this little cleaner that's made for solar panels, so therefore it can get more sunlight and it'll charge the battery even more. That's already in the car, because that battery is not bad. Soon as I get in and push the button, it starts. Bloop, bloop. And I just throw it in drive, and it's quiet as kept. You ain't even heard me leave. You may see me leave, but you ain't hear me leave. That's how good that car is. That was a steal for me, and I'm gonna make it worth it, my while, to get that car on the road. And one of the first notions of business, I told Vinny, I'm gonna test that battery by coming down to come see you down in Miami. I will get my ass in that car. And now the company, I don't want the 62 kilowatt battery they got. Now they got a 68 and a 75 kilowatt battery for that car. Now, yeah, I may have to change my shocks and struts, but every car I've ever had, I did that. So that'll be no different. I will change the shocks and struts on that car when I get a bigger battery for it. And it'll fit in the frame and the chassis with no issues. Perfect. We're gonna get that done. But that's down the line. But the baby steps starts tomorrow. Because tomorrow's the first check. And I think Thursday I get the other two. Or I get 2 on Wednesdays and one on Thursday, my day off. So then I'll have time to be live, tell the missus to join me. Since it's our anniversary, it'll be 11 years married in America, because I had to marry my wife twice. So I had to marry her in Ecuador, and I married her here. So I've been married now. June 6th, me and my wife will be married for 13 years in Ecuador. And then, of course, they told me I had to marry again to be, quote unquote, a bona fide marriage. This is what immigration told me. These goofy bastards. Yes, I had to marry my wife twice. Yes, because immigration was so fucked up. I married my wife in 2 different countries. And immigration said to have your wife to stay, even though I did a spousal visa. I ain't do that 90-day fiance bullshit, that K1 shit. I did a CR1. That is a spousal visa under the immigration codes for the United States. So my wife was already married to me when she got here. And then once she checked in, they gave her a dark brown envelope, and they said she could only open that when she gets to the airport. Hand that to customs. She handed them to customs. She went through. I waited for her. She came through customs. I was like, well, welcome to America. I wasn't even in the fucking car. My immigration lawyer called me and was like, well, congratulations. We see that your wife made it to America. And I said, yes, we're all good. Thank you so much for your help and everything. I appreciate it. Now we'll go to the next steps. The next steps was working on her green card, getting her a social security number, because in Ecuador, they don't do social security numbers. You just better have the money or you don't, and that's how you get shit. That's how America should be. If you got the money, you can get it. If you don't, you won't. I mean, as simple as that. And then they told me that everything's fine, but they feel if it's gonna be considered a bona fide marriage, you're gonna have to marry your wife again. And if I didn't do that, then they'd have sent her ass home, and I had 90 days to do it. And I said, these motherfuckers. So yes, we had to go to a federal courthouse and get married. We had to take our rings off and fucking put them back on, which was stupid as fuck to me. But it's okay. It's done and it's over with. So my wife values the American anniversary. I value June 6, 2013 to her the one in Ecuador, because that was in front of her parents. That's the one that matters to me. So the one in Ecuador, I value that one more than I value March 26th. And then plus that's her cousin's birthday. So every time I always say happy anniversary on my Facebook, I have to shout her cousin out and tell her happy birthday. And now her cousin thinks we got married on her birthday, and I'm her favorite primo. Go figure. A win is a win at this point. What the fuck? A win is a win. Damn, somebody fucked that ride up on the bridge early this morning. Or less, yeah, somebody who was, of course, a chick that thought she was gonna make it across the Howard Franklin on no gas. That's what they're doing. My shit is almost at half, and I'm losing my fucking mind. Because usually I should have filled up yesterday when I went on lunch, but no, when I'm out here working, cool, get your car washed while you're on your lunch break, and then it's what is it called? Fresh Daily restaurant right next to the car wash. So when I get out the car wash and vacuum out the inside and wipe my mirrors down and everything else and shine my tires, I can walk across the parking lot, go to Fresh Daily and get me some snack wraps or actual grilled chicken salad. And that's all I want to eat. Dude, I work at 2 fast food joints. I don't even want to eat the shit that they have there because, of course, that's what gets your face fat as fuck like mine is right now. You know, because so of course I don't want to eat that shit. And then plus I'm losing weight because I don't have time to sit around and snack. I'm too busy working. Soon as I get off of one job, I go to the next. Like, I made a salad from Hungry Howie's yesterday. I got my chicken, I got ham. What else I got on there? I got turkey. I got my green peppers, my banana peppers, my tomatoes, my red onions, and a whole bunch of lettuce. That's all I want. And then I get on the scale and was it 244.8? So the weight is going down. Because then when I'm at work, I don't have to snack because I'm gonna eat that salad for lunch, and then the cafeteria at work, they got other little foods, and I'll get the food from there, and that's what I'll eat, probably driving to work, and then I'm not hungry at night. But then also I don't want to eat and have to run out in the sun to deliver pizzas and feel like I got to take a dump. That's the worst feeling in the world. I cannot stand that. What's going on? Hi. I can't read names right now because I'm driving to work. This is the ride along. Thank you for joining. You had anything to do this morning and you here chilling with me, I appreciate that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes. I love it. And I'm going to keep doing this every morning. Now, Thursday, you're going to get a double header or maybe a triple header, however I see fit, because Thursdays, I don't have to work at any job in the evening. So once I get off work, I'm done for the day. So reason why I'm getting up this early and trying to get to work earlier so I can leave earlier, because I'm going to do the same thing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, Thursday, I'm going to try to get to work from home, because then if I'm working from home, I can live stream as I'm working from home, and then we'll be in the Quan Room Studios in my little brother's room. Well, it used to be my guest room, but now it's my little brother's room, and we're going to do it live in my little brother's room as I'm on my computer working from home. This is going to be dope, because then I'm going to be up early. But of course, I got to check with my brother, Benny Cuz, because if he about to do a show, oh, the world stops in my book. If Benny is on talking about doing futures and stock trading, I'm not listening to no one else. I'm listening to him. You know, that's my brother from another mother. And he be saying some good stuff on there. And I listen from here to there because one day I want to get into the crypto trading in the futures and stuff. Now, of course, I got Charlie and Miguel for that, and they got a whole course. And yes, that course costs a band. It's $1,000 course. But yeah, if I pay 1,000 and then I start waking up in the morning and I set my stuff up and I make 3,000 in a day or 2,000 in a day, or I start making $4,000 and $5,000 in a day, then yeah, it was worth $1,000. You know, my nephew asked me the other day, was like, now that you working and you gonna get all your debts knocked down, when you gonna get on your digital marketing? Oh, that's 2 that I'm gonna be working on. Already got my Amway started. I gotta link my Amway in the bio so y'all go to my store and check out the products and purchase from your boy Accounting Tom. That's what y'all need to do. But I ain't trying to push all that yet. Let's start knocking down some of these debts first. Then we'll get to the Amway stuff. And then once, probably in a couple of months, then we'll go to the digital marketing. But right now, I'm focused on showing you how to get the hell out of debt and stay out of debt. You know, because a lot of times, a lot of people will have a journey. They'll get to the end of the journey and they'll be like, well, there's nothing less. Yes, the hell it is. There's a lot left. And you know what that is? Oh, we got crypto you can purchase so your money can work for you. You got stocks you can buy to keep your money work from you. And I'm not talking about, you know, buying the micro. No, buy one whole share. One whole share. And stack that, whether it's your Robinhood account, your Webull account, your public account. I got a public account. I had a Robinhood, but Robinhood pulled that fuck shit with the GameStop shit, and I don't trust nothing like that. Because motherfucker, if I got the money to cash out, I want my goddamn money. I don't want you to have to regulate my money. The banks already regulate your money. Some of you got bank accounts and you can only withdraw $500 a day from your ATM card, but it's still your money. You know, riddle me that. But you can walk in, and if the bank don't have the money, that, let's say, like how, you remember how Ryan Coogler in Atlanta got arrested and shit because he went up there and he had his mask on and stuff doing the social distancing, and I guess he had on like a little witness protection costume so people don't know it's him, so he don't get mobbed at the bank because he was making the money off the Black Panther. Now you done had Sinners, and Sinners won 4 Oscars this past Oscar, the Academy Awards. It won 4. Now Sinners make more money, and you see now Michael B. Jordan upped his price. Now he's an award-winning Oscar actor. And you see now they looking at him crazy like, yo, now you want to ask for, I got credentials. Precious Sidibe won an Oscar in her first movie. There's only a handful of actors that have done that. I can't remember who, but it's only a handful of actors that won an Oscar their very first movie, the first time they started acting. That is a very small club. And Precious Sidibe is in that bitch. And guess what you don't hardly see her on is TV or movies. Because guess what? If I got an Oscar, you're going to pay me like I'm an Oscar award-winning actor or actress. There's nothing else you should say. And they looking at Michael B. Jordan like, oh, damn, yeah, I'm up in my price. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. We've been saying that in the hood for as long as I can live. And this 52 years and I've been hearing that. That's never changed. You know, if I got a certification in accounting, fuck yeah, I'm gonna ask for more money. If I had got a certification and stayed in the medical industry, yes, I'm gonna ask for more money because I got the credentials to back that. So what's the problem? I don't want to hear that it's not in the budget. Fuck that. Pay me or I go somewhere else because someone else will pay. That's the thing. And a lot of people that quit their jobs, all these videos I see on other people's platforms, they quit their job without a plan to go to another job and they can't find one and everything else. My first thought is, what are your credentials before you do that? You know, you always want to ask yourself that, because if you got the credentials and the skill set, yeah, motherfuckers need to pay for that. And when you know how to pay attention to detail and you know how to correct things that you put wrong in the system, yes, they need to pay you for that. Because you know how to fix it. And especially if you know the system from back to front, absolutely you need to fix it. They need to pay you for that. So I hold no grudges of anybody wanting to get paid what they worth. But you ain't about to be out here and start trying to do some WNBA type shit. No, you'll never get a job because they don't have to hire you. But you don't have to be desperate either. And sometimes you may get a job and then they lowball you, and the first thing you need to do is reject the offer. Because once you reject the offer, that makes them think like, yo, maybe he is that good. Maybe he's that lined up. Maybe he ain't that desperate. And then they'll probably rethink and then come back to you with what you want. Then you could go ahead and accept it. Now, some companies, you reject them twice, they just gonna say fuck you and keep on going. That's just how that is. You know, because they not gonna get into no bidding war to pay you entry-level work. You know, because I know if I get into management, I'ma stay in management. Because that's gonna be the thing that's gonna pay the skills that pay the bills. Can you manage people? Can you keep the office environment in a cohesive status on a consistent basis? You know, can you get the most out of your people in your department to do what you want them to do at a high level consistently? Those are the three things they want from managers, you know. And a lot of times you got to be stern on things, and then sometimes you got to be compassionate because shit happens to everybody. You got to be compassionate and you got to be stern. And you can't lie to people. You definitely got to tell them, hey, if you don't do your job, I will let you go. Just saying. And I know what that's like. That happened to me before. I ain't too immune for that. You know. If you don't do what they want you to do, they'll get rid of you and get someone else in, younger and cheaper and happier. It's just like almost how bitches be complaining about older dudes dating younger. Oh, you want them younger and cheap. You want them younger and easier so you can manipulate them. The job market do the same fucking thing. You just don't know about it because you don't see it in that manner. But yeah, be highly skilled and experienced and know shit more than the manager you work for. Your manager may not want you because no manager want to manage someone that they know more than them. It's always been like that. It is never going to change. I can't hire, if I was a manager, I can't hire somebody that does entry work that got a PhD in accounting. The fuck do I look like? And then I'll be looking at them like, why you not going into management like me? Or you being into the CFO position or a controller or the financial officer? Why you up here trying to be a goddamn entry-level worker? No, that doesn't make sense. I wouldn't have hired you just off of that alone because that's not making logical sense. And then most companies don't want to waste the money to train you, pay you as they train you, get you in, and then you find something better that's paying you 40 to 60,000 more, and you quit. It ain't. That's why you will see a lot of quote unquote overly qualified people not get hired. Because if they look at you and you take the minimum level, oh well, thank you. I love you too, Slay Queen. I appreciate that. I'll take all the love I can get because that's what gets me up in the morning. And then my wife had on some new perfume when she gave me a hug and a kiss this morning. And I was like, the hell? who you trying to smell good for? You know, if I put on some 212 or some Jean Paul or some shit like that, my wife would be looking at me like, oh no, you go to prison. And that's the one up under Camp David that nobody else knows about. You go into that federal prison. We can't even send you to Guantanamo Bay. Hell no. My wife would have a fucking fit if I had put on some cologne that's gonna get these chicks cooch itching. No. But I looked at it this morning, was like, what do you got on? I was like, okay, I see you, Mrs. Lyle. I see you. You trying to be out here and be fancy. Okay. Don't do that shit again. No. Oh my God. Whatever. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. You know, Thursday will be 11 years of the United States marriage. June 6th is my